Oregon.
I did freshman year in New Jersey, sophomore year in Oregon, junior year in Alabama, and senior year in Pittsburgh.
You must have been a big star.
Woody, that's Menace.
Hi.
We got Gina Grad.
Hey.
Seabass is here.
Oh, hello.
We got Sammy.
Hello.
Phones are open, 877-44-WOODY. You can send us a text over to 22987. I don't know how I missed this story earlier in the week. I'm a hockey dad.
Yeah.
And I see some of these parents, and anytime you have a kid in sports, some of the parents take it way too serious.
Oh, they're more serious than the kid.
I think I know what you're talking
and
about.
even when they're younger.
Yeah.
Like young kids, and like it's not that big a deal.
How are they going pro if I don't get some discipline in there now?
Yeah,
well,
thank you. Scream at him during the game or pull him off the court.
I forget exactly what happened, but my buddy Rizzuto, who I used to do the show with in St. Louis years ago, he got banned from the ice rink.
Nice.
Are you serious?
At one point.
For what?
It's called being passionate and caring.
I forget exactly what happened, but all the parents were on his side.
It's usually from fighting with the refs and umps. And
Yeah, I forget exactly what happened, but yes. Anyway, he got banned from the ice rink. But yeah, there was this dad in Seattle, and I don't know. My apologies. I don't know to the other fellow hockey dads out there how I missed this story, but he is facing misdemeanor assault charges after he shoved two referees at his son's hockey game last weekend. Now, the two referees are kids. They're 12 and 14 years old.
Yeah, but they're little punks, and they don't know what they're doing.
Yeah, you got to straighten them out.
How are they going to learn?
Dude, it's one thing. Okay, you're going to go fight an adult, which I don't condone, but at least it's an adult to an adult. Yeah. But you see, these are kids.
Push a
in a kids league.
And by the way, if the refs are children, that means the people playing are little children.
Yes.
Yeah. So anyway, shoves the two referees onto their back. And the dad said he was just defending his son after his son got into some kind of scuffle with a player on the opposite team. Apparently, the dad told the police that his son was punched and kicked for about 30 seconds, which I don't buy.
No, someone would have broken
But the other athlete and the referees did nothing to stop that assault, so he attacked them. But after the incident, the man told the cops that he was not aware that the referee was a juvenile and said that he would fully cooperate in the investigation. Yeah.
He didn't look 12.
The kid refs.
Yeah, hockey kids are big.
Damn.
The kid refs ended up being fine, but damn.
Oh my God. That's amazing. And that's normal. I mean, this happens everywhere. Where my kid plays baseball, there's a big sign that says coaches coach, players play, parents cheer. Because they're so used to parents running on the field and
gross. I played baseball for a year and then 7 years of soccer and never witnessed any of that stuff. Is that like a new wave?
I think so.
Really?
Hothead Gen X parents.
I remember when I played baseball growing up, there were always parents who were yelling and screaming, getting into it with the umps. The umps would throw them out and say, "You got to leave." Like they couldn't be at the ball field anymore. They had to leave.
I thought
the
people
whole
were more
area
civilized back then.
Yeah.
No, I mean this is Jersey. I'm talking about. So maybe that had something to do with
lower class people.
It was Jersey in like the 80s and 90s, early 90s.
Yeah.
It also usually has to do with how competitive the team is versus like just a sign up whatever kind of
just
game.
to have fun.
Or if you're like building up on the sport with your kid.
But see, that's also different.
What do you
because
mean?
like even if it's a competitive thing, it's not the pro. There's no nil deal going on. There's no.
This is just how parents are wired.
It's a recreational league.
Yeah, exactly. You've brought great shame to our family.
I know that the parents did complain about me once because there was some like mix up and I was older in a younger league, and so I was bigger than the other kids, and I was knocking them over like crazy. And I ended up the parents complained, and I got a yellow card.
Oh no! Well, see, that's the advantage of Menace's, lack of reading and writing skills. You got to skip some grades.
It was something about my, your birthday being in late October or something like that.
Always.
Yeah, but I knocked these kids over like crazy for a whole game.
Oh,
yeah. He's on the air. I don't know if he'll pick up. It's Rizzuto.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Rizzuto.
Interrupt his own show.
Crossover.
Yeah.
What's the hotline number? Call the hotline.
Oh.
Your call has been.
Yeah, he's on the air. He'll hit me up.
I mean, it's one thing to yell and scream and be a dick, but to like get on the ice, which is what happened here, shove somebody who can't even get a driver's license. And if you watch the video, the kid he's hurt because he's not seeing it coming, And the refs don't wear the same kind of padding, or if any padding, that the kids do. So he's like grabbing his back because he right on the ice, which is, by the way, hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the refs' parents weren't there because they would have beat the hell out of this
Oh
dad.
yeah, also true.
Well,
I mean, can you imagine seeing your kid get knocked around by a dad?
Typically, the parents of the referees don't show up to cheer them on.
Oh, that's true.
That'd be kind of cool.
Well,
though.
they're
Text from 724 from our friends listening on 105.9 The X in Pittsburgh. My son plays travel basketball for Shaler, and you're right. Parents get really into almost starting a fight. These are 5th grade kids. I try to set a good example for my son. It's okay to be competitive. It's not okay to be a sore loser or to be rude.
Yeah.
Try to teach my kid to be humble.
Also, I mean, no offense, I agree with all that, but if your kid's in a travel team at 11 years old,
Yeah,
That's
well,
normal.
Look,
you got time for that?
oh, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, my mom said no.
My
was asked
parents
to be
would have said
one.
no
Yeah.
way.
We said no way. We're not travel parents. We're not that cool, you know?
Yeah. We're not that into them.
Yeah, we're not that great parents.
Are there not enough teams near you?
There are. That's the thing. You could do that, but they're not as competitive. They're not as they're not as fun.
Right.
And so my son's been begging to play travel hockey.
Well, as a kid, I would have loved to do it, but not
Yeah.
as a parent.
Yeah,
But-
all
Yeah,
my
but you
friends
s-
got to go to Hawaii.
And
You
my
set up carpools and stuff. The coaches are always going. Throw your kid in the coach's car. I did
there's-
that a lot.
There's this podcast I listen to. I love it. It's called Group Chat, and a couple of the guys are parents, and they said, their kids are all into this, and all of it, and it has to do with America because we do way more practices and way more games. It's 100% money grab to with all these leagues.
Well, because
Oh,
these
yeah.
sports go all year round now.
Yeah.
There's no seasons anymore.
So who's
there's
making the money, though?
No breaks,
Well-
the leagues and stuff.
Yeah.
So all right. So my friend Rizzuto, his kid plays travel hockey, and he was one of the people that's like, oh, really? You're not gonna let him do it? I go, no, man. I'm not spending my whole weekend, especially like a holiday weekend, Memorial Day weekend. We're at a hockey tournament
No.
for days, and we have to travel, sometimes fly to
Oh,
where.
God.
And that is not how I'm spending my free time. I work very hard during the week. I'm not spending. I'll go to the game. I'll take him to practice and things like that. And that's
Locally.
like a couple 3 hours here
Yeah.
or there. Not an entire 3-day weekend. I am not that kind of parent. You can call me a bad parent. I don't care. I'm just not cut out
Yeah,
for that.
I'm just not that into them.
I know a
right,
lot of
exactly,
I'm
right.
not.
a lot of parents who love it because they become friends with all the other parents, and then it's like they're going on trips every weekend with their friends, and they all get very drunk, by the way, at
That's
these
what he said.
events, and they're having a lot of fun.
Number one, not that big of a drinker.
Yeah.
Number two, not interested in socializing with a bunch of people I don't really know all that
Thank
well. And
you.
number three, oh well, you could get to know them. They could become your friends.
Yeah.
I don't want any more friends.
Yeah, I have a lot of friends.
No.
I have plenty. I have my people. I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm pushing 50.
You're right.
I'm in a good spot.
There is a lot of that, cliquish, and it
Yeah.
gets crazy.
Well,
But what about? Okay, everything you said has been all about you. But what
Yes.
about if what about if the kid is really into
How's
it?
he going to get
I mean-
himself there?
What do you mean?
I
What
mean,
if he's really
but
into
there's
it?
I know there's kids that just kind of go on their own and their parent doesn't travel with them the entire time.
He plays hockey. He likes hockey, so he plays.
Yeah.
Right, and
Yeah.
we do all kinds of stuff. Like if he makes the high school team, well then yeah, there is some, but that's like little regional stuff, whatever,
Yeah.
with the team. And yes, once you're in high school, yeah, you can go if we can't make it or don't want to or whatever.
Right.
You can go with one of the other kids. But like when you're talking about 11 years old, 12 years
Travel
old,
basketball
Yeah.
at 11.
I did
Jesus.
travel
Yeah.
soccer when I was like 9.
Oh.
But here's the thing too: is I could maybe understand it if they have a chance of going pro, but that's literally one in a million.
yeah, exactly.
And how do you know?
Yeah, and you don't get 10 kids on a team that are going
let's
pro.
no offense to, and if Sammy's parents want to do it, fine, but she's not going to ever go pro as a
No,
lady, a female
but we
soccer
like
player.
to stay active and we like soccer. No, I was not. Here's the problem. Me and my sister were only a year apart. My sister was good at soccer. I was okay. She made the A team and I made the B team of travel soccer. So now we're on 2 different teams
Oh, no.
traveling. So yeah, so you just set up
Yeah.
carpools and other things.
And see, okay, that's the other thing too.
Figure
We
it
have,
out.
we have 2 kids, right?
Yeah.
So if one's doing something, the other one's going to end up wanting to do something like that or something similar. You could be in that situation. Nah, dog.
Oh, you don't want them getting any ideas.
Nah, dog. So we
my sister
and we
got
do
to go.
have we do
Yeah.
have the kids in activities. They each get to pick one activity at a time. Because you can get overscheduled, and then that's
Sure, yeah.
that's your fault. If you're a parent and you say, "Oh, we have too much," that's because
Yeah.
you signed them up for too much.
Who put them on there?
We have some mutual friend, Menace and I,
Yeah.
and their kids like in 1,000 things. 3 different dance classes, a vocal coach for singing,
Oh.
swimming, ice skating.
I think piano.
Piano.
Is this a teenager?
I'm surprised. No, she's 5.
It's actually more common when you're young to be doing a bunch of different things so you can find out what your kind of like niche is going to be or what
But
you
at the
really like
same
to
time,
But I did meet up with them at a traveling dance competition, and it looked pretty fun.
And you do have to be in multiple dance classes because you have tap and jazz
Do you
and
have to,
ballet
though?
and
I
hip
was
hop
in
and all the
those.
different types.
I was in all those,
No.
but not
Yeah.
at the same time.
Now,
Oh, I was.
if you sign up for that, that's what you do. But it's your fault that you signed up for all that.
Yeah.
So don't
complain about it.
We've
is
been
what
running
we're
like
saying.
crazy.
It's a
I
nightmare.
just feel like a taxi service.
Well,
You'll hear parents say that
Yeah.
all the time.
I'm not the chauffeur. You are.
Yeah, because you signed up for it.
Yeah.
So, well, Sammy, you had to be on the B team of traveling soccer because you didn't have grass fields where you grew up, right? Like near your house?
Oh, so you can just play on
We
your own?
did.
Because you're just a kid running around. That's all it is.
No, well, because when you're little, it's in-town soccer and you play all those, and then as you get older, it becomes travel soccer
have
to
to.
play other towns.
Okay, so Rizzuto's on the air, but just texted me back. He said his kid was cross-checked in the head twice. Ref told him to shut up because Riz is like, dude, what the hell, man? Ref told him to shut up, and that was like a trigger, and he said he went crazy.
Oh, no.
I kind of get that.
So I went effing crazy.
Yeah, I support it.
Oh, no.
I mean, now that he's
supported-
banned,
Well,
but
yeah, you're never coming back.
I mean,
Yeah.
he had money on the game, though, right?
well, I mean, I get that. Yeah, if the ref's incompetent, which is quite possible at 13 years old.
No.
well, the
Finally,
kid
bro.
gets.
Did you punch him or just yell?
That's the question, because the kid gets cross-checked twice. You say something, they tell you to shut up.
Well, then you leave. You take your kid and leave. Say, hey, we're not.
Yeah.
This is unsafe. I'm leaving.
I like street justice.
Okay, I could see like,
Court tires. Of
Court
course.
Pepper
justice.
spray.
but if you're pushing your kid to get some kind of scholarship, you're kind of looking forward to, once they get to a college age,
Yeah.
trying to get
Yeah.
them some kind of scholarship.
Yeah,
Smaller school, maybe you're not going to play D1, but
D3 or something. Yeah.
something.
Well, do they have this thing? This maybe like a feeder school, like a high school that they can maybe practice.
he
at?
Let me Google that.
Rizzuto just yelled.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
But even I got scholarships. You don't really got to do all
Wait,
that.
what?
Yeah.
For
For,
what?
Not for sports.
filmmaking.
Oh,
For winning
Yeah.
the spelling bee.
But I
filling
got
up.
a ton of money.
but what for though, Menace? Just for existing?
Yeah, like what was what kind of scholarship
Did
was
you have
it?
to submit like a
Yeah, I had to
video or-
submit like videos that I edited and stuff like that.
Okay, well, there's something.
Nice.
Yeah,
Well,
I
that's
think-
weird because I got into Washington, the University of Washington, which is in St. Louis, and they gave me like $5,000 a year just for existing. I was like, oh, neat.
Yeah.
Well, I've brought this up on the air before, and I don't know if it's still around, but I had friends that like got scholarships just because they lived near a Target. Like
What?
Target
What does
would
that
give
even
them-
mean?
Oh, because
Target would
Target
just-
gave out scholarships.
Yeah.
And so if you,
Yeah.
well, it's everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody lives near a Target.
Well, that's
Yeah.
then that raises a good point. Like, look, all that stuff is helpful.
There's so much
Yeah.
free money
They
out
have
there.
scholarships for being left-handed. I found that out the easy way.
Yeah, like the Lions Club, all those places have little like if you dink around, you can.
Oh
You know,
Yeah,
and
random
that's-
scholarships.
And that's what Dave Ramsey been saying.
Yes,
That's what
All
he'd
comes
been
back to
saying.
Dave Ramsey.
Yeah, you can get a debt-free degree.
Yeah, I think I got it about $45,000.
Wow.
Damn,
cool,
good
yeah.
for you.
Damn girl.
Special ed.
And you didn't finish. How many credits you need, Menace?
I think I needed like 2 or 3 more classes.
Menace, do what I'm doing.
But is that for an
Go get
associate's
that.
or is that for like a bachelor's?
For everything, yeah.
For a bachelor's
Yeah.
degree?
A BFA
Yeah.
in film
Okay.
editing.
Come on, we
because
can
I
do it
pushed,
together.
I pushed all the, believe it or not, all the English classes. English classes
No ish.
to the end.
No kidding.
Yeah, I just took all the fun stuff
You need a
first.
computer. You look
Yeah,
that.
I'm doing I'm studying
No.
primates mating habits
No.
right now with bonobos. They're
See,
freaks.
I'm holding out for an honorary degree.
Yeah, when are you done with that, by the way?
I have one more class.
Okay, what does that
So-
mean? Explain it to somebody who's uneducated.
Okay, so what month are we in? February. So I take these mini mesters, so they pack in everything in like 4 weeks. So that's why I'm
Okay.
just constantly busy. So then my next class is the last one.
I know, but how long is that?
It'll be like 6 weeks.
6 weeks?
Yeah.
Okay, that's not bad.
Yeah, and that'll be that.
You're so close.
I know. I took.
And then what are you
one-
going to do with that useless degree after that?
Literally nothing.
All right, I mean, because the stuff that you keep talking about, like you're writing papers on, you're studying.
Well,
and-
because I want to go to grad school at some point, and I can't do that if I don't have a college degree.
Oh, okay.
Well,
but grad school for
Yeah, I hate to ask, but
like for
Oh, you already know. In another life, I would like to be a researcher in psychology. and do
Okay.
research.
okay.
I
All right,
know.
well,
I
that
don't
that
like that.
Yeah, okay, no. I'm saying the stuff
How
that you say,
dare
like
you.
the
I know.
women in the Congo, blah, 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 like whatever those
No,
things that you
that's
say.
just all Bachelor of General Science requirement crap that didn't
Got it.
exist when I was a young whippersnapper in college.
Because by the way, I'll be damned as a parent if I'm paying for that. You better get that Target left-handed,
I didn't ask for it.
sardine eater.
Post-colonial,
Better be making videos.
disenfranchised.
Yeah, live in a house that has an odd street number. Yeah, scholarship. You better get all those because I ain't paying for that crap.
Back to the Woody Show.
All right, so we were talking about kids and sports and bad sports parents, and
Yep.
mentioned my buddy Rizzuto, who had gotten banned from the ice rink for a solid year. We found out what that was all about. Didn't punch anybody; it was just a yelling match, but I guess it was pretty intense. And then talked about that dad in Seattle who shoved the two referees who turned out to be 12 and 14 years old. Apparently, there's video of it, by the way.
Oh, I gotta
yeah.
see that.
No,
Yeah, I
I
didn't see the
saw it.
video.
It was on TMZ.
Yeah, and then got into a whole conversation about kids and being in how many activities and you running around like an idiot. And I
Yeah.
said, well, my wife and I, we're not those kind of parents, and we refuse.
I'm with you.
But somebody on the text said, let's see, 323, Woody, you had your life, bro. It's for your kid. Do it. Create memories. That's from Jamie.
Are you dead?
Hold
That
on.
is not the option.
Well, hold on. No, I'm just going to throw this out there. I've said this a number of times. I've said, when I die, I would love to come back as my kids.
Yeah.
So anybody in this room, because you know my family, you know what kind of life they have.
Lucky SOBs.
Okay, does anybody in this room feel bad for my kids
No.
and their life at all?
Not even for
I mean,
1 second.
Anybody.
It's fantastic.
Yeah,
It's the dream.
it's a life. I mean, look, and I had I had good parents,
Yeah.
and I liked, I had friends. I had I had nice. We lived in I had my own room. You
Right.
know. Nothing close to what these little bastards have.
No.
And the only two options aren't, hey, I get to go everywhere I want every weekend, and you let me live my life. It's not and nothing.
Yeah, it's not like we make them sit home and they never do
Oh.
anything.
They're not
Far
chained to the
from it.
bed.
Yeah.
Man,
Those aren't the only two options.
They're all right.
they're okay.
They're gonna
But the
survive.
problem is,
Jamie, I appreciate what you're saying, and maybe that's for you. Jamie, don't worry about the kids. My kids are just fine.
yeah, but the issue is, I think they don't know how good they have it. Is the problem.
Yeah, my
you
son.
know?
My son is, now that he's got that job and he earns money, and
Yeah, that's
like
awesome.
he sees how much things cost. And he
he's
has an
starting to
appreciation
understand.
for how much or how
Okay.
long he'd have to work to earn X number of dollars, and he goes, "Oh, okay." And so when he looks around and he sees like whatever, he sees how life works.
He gets it.
In his life, and I said, "Dog, this is not reality. This doesn't last forever like this.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to at some point provide this for yourself, and then eventually, when I'm old, you're gonna have to do this for me."
Right.
Yeah.
Set that in early.
Will you go so far as to, like, on Christmas morning, instead of opening up all the nice presents, we're going to go feed, like, kids at the soup
Yeah.
kitchen, like
No.
homeless kids? No.
No, because I don't want to do that either.
Exactly.
I mean, just send them so they understand.
Like, if there's an option where you could pay to skip lines somewhere, like at a music, like whatever it
I
is,
support that.
I do that because
Yeah.
guess what? Dad doesn't want to wait in line.
Yeah.
And so if they offer that, that's what I buy.
But you could be like Shaq, like, no, you don't have money. I have money.
I say that all the time. I say that all
Yeah,
the time. I said,
good.
"What are you talking about? What, our money? What do you say? No. My money."
Yeah, you have nothing.
I want a new Fortnite skin, though.
Yeah. But now that he's working, and he's a little entrepreneur.
And I love that he works his own hours to buy the family Halloween decorations.
It's not for the family. That's
it's
certainly
his
his
passion.
stuff.
Yeah, but it's not like he keeps it in his room. Like he
No.
puts it out for
He does, but
for
that's
the
that
neighborhood.
is for him. The
I
same
do
way
love
that,
that, though.
buying the front of the line passes at theme parks and stuff, that's
for
for
you.
me. It's not for their experience.
Yeah.
I'm fine with them waiting in line. That's for my experience.
See you at the finish line.
Yeah. Daddy doesn't want to drive.
I get that.
Daddy got the helicopter
That's right.
to go to the hockey game.
Oh, yeah, let's not forget that.
Yeah, these kids are okay.
They're fine.
Yeah, but just the full understanding, like that's not a regular thing.
Oh
You
yeah,
know?
I make that very clear.
Yeah.
And we do things a lot to not like go down to soup kitchens and stuff like that, but here's what you're responsible. Here's how this
Yeah.
works, and if they do go to other places, like it's not like we're setting them up when they're going places with the way that we would go if we were going with them or as a family.
Right.
They could fly steerage and do, like, a mission trip.
Yeah.
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 Someday they'll fly
Do
economy. Like,
They can go to Uganda.
yeah.
Build wells.
Yeah.
And it is tough.
Aqueducts.
It is tough because you always want, you want good stuff. You want your kids to have a better life or a better upbringing than you have, more opportunity than you had, and it's tough when you're trying to keep people level or
Like
grounded. Yeah,
But
because it is hard. Even like, and I'm not talking about like necessarily my situation in particular, just in general.
Oh, sure.
Just the average person about like, hey, at some point you're gonna have to pay your own rent, regardless of where they're living current, where your current situation is. Eventually, like, you can't live here.
But they don't really clock that. They don't really get it.
But you set them up like you have to move out. You're gonna have to, get your own place. You're gonna have to figure out how to get yourself from place to place. You're gonna have to figure out like financially what the the priorities are for your bills and what you can and can't do from a disposable income perspective, if anything, for a while.
Right. But that's the thing. I mean, kids inherently lack empathy. They just don't know. But like, do they understand? Have they ever heard about your high school experience?
Oh yeah, I mean a little bit. A little bit.
Okay.
He was on the traveling high school team.
Yeah.
I was.
Yeah.
He was freshman year in New
The mice
Jersey.
trapping team.
Yeah, Oregon.
I did freshman year in New Jersey, sophomore year in Oregon, junior year in Alabama, and senior year in Pittsburgh.
You must have been a big star.
Oh, dude.
Your parents had no weekend time.
Yeah, I know.
My parents had nothing but time.
Yeah.
Because they didn't have to deal with me.
Monday through Friday.
Sweet.
Also Saturday, Sunday.
He went on the traveling, go live in the woods.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Outward bound team.